Hello, I'm Written Water and welcome to my first impressions video for Empyrion, Galactic Survival. Be aware that this is not a review nor a recommendation, but simply a chance to share some information about a game which is likely to feature in future videos on the channel. Empyrion is an open world sandbox survival game set on various planets and in the space between them. The game is in early access, but it has received regular updates and support over the 12 months since the game became available on Steam. This bodes well for the future of the game, but as with any early access release title, there are no guarantees, so only purchase if you are content with the currently available content. The content which currently exists is vast. The focus of the game is on surviving the potentially harsh environments of alien planets, harvesting resources to build bigger and better equipment until, if you so desire, you can leave the planet and begin exploring space. The planets are randomly generated and can feature a wide variety of environments, hazards, enemies and resources. There are also points of interest to be discovered, which may contain unique and useful items. Building is a huge part of the game. There are blueprints for many devices and items, which can be unlocked by spending experience points. You can also build structures and vehicles freely and of your own design, using various component blocks. Combat is mostly against aliens and their drones, at least in PvE, as well as local planetary lifeforms which may or may not be hostile. The game also features PvP and co-op. Though I haven't tried these modes, the comments in the Steam reviews seem to be positive regarding this aspect. My impressions so far, having played around 8 hours, which is barely enough time to get through the tutorial, is that of an enjoyable and addictive game in its current state, with almost limitless potential for the future. A couple of times I've started the game intending to just get a few screen grabs or check out a certain feature, only to find I'm still playing the game hours later. The game can be confusing at first, and the tutorial, though extensive, requires a lot of screen switching and research to access the in-depth instructions, which may be required for the beginner. There are also a few little bugs and missing features, though I've not encountered anything game-breaking at this stage. The game performance is difficult to comment on, as I only have my paltry laptop to play on, but comparing it to other similar open-world games, such as 7 Days to Die, I would say it compares favourably. It doesn't seem to have the random slowdowns which some games have, which could be a sign of poor optimization. When it does slow down, there is always an obvious reason, such as when entering an area with heavy foliage. On my laptop, with most graphics options turned down, I can run it at 720p resolution at an acceptable frame rate, averaging around the 30 frames per second mark. I'll leave my laptop details in the description if you'd like to compare your own system. The player combat seems fairly good, with a variety of weapons and ammunition, from conventional pistols and rifles to alien pulse weapons at your disposal. The base defense and vehicle weapons seem a little more problematic. I've noticed automated turrets expelling their ammunition by firing at drones which are behind a hill and out of range, and the guns I placed on my hover vehicle seem almost impossible to aim against anything. These could be, at least in part, down to my own poor designs. Mining is a lot of fun once you get hold of a level 2 mining tool, but it can be a bit of a nuisance having to find and pick up each piece of ore with the basic tool. Building I still find a little confusing. The block placement and rotation is much less intuitive than in 7 Days to Die, for instance. But with some practice, the structure and vehicle designs which can be achieved is very impressive. The points of interest I have so far discovered in my short time playing have been quite impressive, but I hope they will be more common and varied in future developments. I am yet to travel off the planet and into space, but the prospect of doing so and the possibility for genuine space exploration is really exciting. I'll leave this video here, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in future videos where I plan to do some role playing in space.